Welcome back to another episode of BHAW Radio. I'm your host, Brian Rowan, with Logan Everett, Coach Ward, episode 99, EIWA recap. I'm fired up, Coach. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, this is awesome, man. 99, one away from 100, coming off a hot tournament, man. Our team wrestled really hard. Proud of the guys. So we got some things to talk about. A lot to look forward to as of tonight. We have 6 guys going to Kansas City to compete at the NCAA tournament. We'll find out tomorrow afternoon whether it's going to add one more. Nate Lucas definitely is in the mix for an at-large bid, but man, awesome weekend. Great tournament for our guys overall. Just proud of them and looking forward to the NCAA tournament. But before that, I'm looking forward to talking to you guys. So let's talk some Army wrestling.
Man, where do we start?
I don't know, Logan Everett, what's on your mind?
Quite a few things. I don't know, overwhelmingly positive thoughts, I think. And I felt like we were in a pretty good spot, really, from pretty early on. I know I'd text you, I don't know what it was, Friday night. Like, I thought we were sitting in a pretty good spot. I think we definitely had, maybe have some matches that you want to get back, but like all in all, I think, I don't want to say you can't ask for much more because I think, there's certain matches that we wish we would have won there, but at the same time, that's not the end result is at least giving yourself that shot to have the opportunity to wrestle in 2 weeks, and if you're able to do that, then that's kind of the bigger overarching picture, right? So
look, I think overall, like I said, a really strong performance from the team. Friday night we were sitting really good. I mean, what a quarterfinals round. I think we went 6 for 6 in the quarters. But here's the thing, it's just the nature of tournaments, whether it's wrestling or anything else. In a bracketed tournament, the longer it goes, the tougher it's supposed to get. And so you just have to embrace tough battles. Like, it's part of, you have to want things to be tough, because if it's not tough, you're going in the wrong direction in a tournament. Like, you want to be facing a winner every time you go, because that means you just won. And so, I mean, the tournament, obviously the semifinals round is what, that's really when it rubber meets the road there. So when it comes down to the semifinals, it's like, all right, this is time. And we had some tough battles there. We definitely, I think we could have picked up a few more wins there in the semis, but they're tough bouts, and it's great preparation for our guys, and learning how to battle that way, learning how to respond to it when it doesn't go your way. And then they came back really strong in the wrestle back. So, I mean, message to the team there afterwards is, look, no team's ever had 10 champs at this tournament. We weren't expecting 10 champs, but we're expecting everybody in the tournament to place as high on the podium as they can. And if that's now 3rd place, then that's what you're going for. And you have to, your talent and your skill and your ability all shows up in the championship side of a tournament. Your character and your heart, that really shows up in the consolations, because you have to convince yourself and everybody else around you that this match means the most to you of anything in the world, even though you never wanted to be in that match. Like, you never dreamed of wrestling for 3rd, but now you are. And you have to wrestle it like it means the world to you. Just proud of our guys for the way they responded there after the semifinal round.
Well, one listener question we had that I thought was a pretty cool way we could start. What was your favorite match of the weekend?
Oh man, what a good question. That's one I haven't thought.
I already picked mine because I saw the question and I thought about it. I want to know Logan's too.
That's really good, man. And obviously, to our couple, we're up to 36 now, our 36 listeners. I don't get the cheat sheet. So now I don't get to prep for these things. This is live. My favorite match from the weekend. Really good. I mean, we talk about this a lot. If you read Scott's emails, you hear a lot about get back matches. And that's a sign of a program that's focused on development and getting better. So what's a get back match? It's like if somebody beat you earlier in the year and you are able to get them back, that should mean a lot. It means you're trending and you're going in the right direction. We had several of those. Like, I mean, Braden Basil had 2 of them himself. Bergen had a get back match. those are things that you just love to see. Heavyweight obviously had one there in that double overtime. That was a big time match at the moment. So, I mean, there's a lot of them. I just, yeah, I don't know if I can pick one right now. It's like having kids, you love to see all your wrestlers having success. So I don't have a favorite one. I want to know what yours are. What are your favorite matches?
I thought about it. I guess in the moment enjoying it, and this is why it was when Bergen beat the Penn guy in the Conti semis. Coming back and getting that takedown in the third, and then winning in tiebreakers. That fired me up more than any, because I was like, man, we've seen this a lot before, and Bergen comes so close in a lot of matches, and like just to come back and to get that takedown against a guy that a really tough dude, and then come back and beat him. I thought I was really pumped for that, especially with when you're looking at the at-larges at 25, dude. Good luck.
You don't want to be
a lot of guys hoping tomorrow's their day.
Good pick there. I like that. What a gritty ride Ethan had in overtime. Rode the guy, and then I mean Ethan, that was too funny. Ethan when he got his hand raised, he was going like, "Oh, that was a little too close." He was like, "Yeah, that one got a little dicey there for a second." I was like, "You think?" But yeah, good ride out there. Logan, what is yours?
I got two there, tied. I would say first one, sequential order was Basil over Kolioko. That kind of put me up. Just kind of put it on him at the end, which was awesome. Against a really tough guy. Kind of separate there at the end against a guy that's that good is awesome. I think it speaks a lot to his growth, but more of it's just shows there's no hurdle for me to have to get through to beat these top guys. And man, he's wrestling confident, and now's a good time for him. The other one would be Pasuik over I think it was Benny Baker, Cornell kid. Anytime you can pin a Cornell kid, I'm gonna be pretty jacked up about it. So I don't mind that at all.
Dude, Benny with two bombs. We're calling him Benny Bombs after that weekend. His quarterfinals match. Did you see that takedown in the quarterfinals?
Yeah.
I mean, his body lock, he got to the body, and it was like, I don't know if I've seen Ben really just explode. I know he can do it because I felt his power. Like he's that strong. I've seen it, but he got his hands locked and boom, bombing, and our guys blew up. That was awesome. And his pin there in the semis. Ben showed a lot of emotion this weekend, more emotion than I've seen out of him ever, which I think is a good thing. He showed a lot of emotion out there wrestling. So our listeners, they might appreciate this. So Braden used a technique in his match there against Kolioko, and I'm not going to get into the weeds of it, but he did something in that match that we had just been working on the week before. So Coach Blyce and I'm watching some film, and I see some things that I like watching some other wrestling, not even on our team. And I'm like, Steve, take a look at this. Let's go work. So me and Steve actually went into the wrestling room and started doing our own technique, like trying to learn what I saw on film. And I was like, I think we can do it. We're going to start working it. Because I was like, this is simple enough. We can implement it before next week. And we told the team that we're like, we're going to show you something new, and it's something easy enough that you can do this before next week. Like, all you got to do is try it. We worked on it for, I don't know, 10 minutes a day for 4 or 5 days. And then Braden does that there, and it scored him a takedown and back points. So that was cool to see. So that's a rewarding feeling, as a coach. Sometimes you're like, oh, okay, that was a good idea. That was a good investment of our time there.
Do you feel like you get partial credit for the move because of that?
No, hell no. I wasn't the one out there doing it. So I was actually watching Braden's match from across the gym, and it's going into the third period. I think it's tied 5-5, and Kolioko's tough on top. And I was standing next to the coach from Bucknell, Wernsberger, and I was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Are we going to go down? And I was like, I don't know, Werns, would you put him down? He was like, yeah, probably. And whistle blows, and it's Braden's choice, and ref points to him, and Braden goes down. So you're like, well, I guess he's going down. It was like auto bottom, no, and he gets out immediately. So he wrestled with a lot of confidence, and you make a good point. Like, you don't have to, You don't have to follow. There's no natural order of things. You don't have to get here to go there. Like you're there,
Yep.
let go with it.
Against a kid that's, I think he's a senior too, which is, you know, easy for a freshman to get in your head. Like, this guy's really good. He's a senior. Maybe I'm not supposed to be in there, but you could tell that that was not in his head at all, which is
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah. Great question.
Where to now? Man.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm typically not the host of this show that asks myself the questions, but I can.
But normally we go like up and down, we'll start at 25, then go up and kind of go result by result. But if you're listening to this, how the guys did. And I don't think we need to, hash, match by match, the results. So I think, we can jump around a little bit.
No, but let me, I will add a few more things. Matt Williams, 149, his first time ever at the EIWA tournament. He wasn't even like locked in as the full-time starter until maybe late January, early February. And now here he is going to the NCAA tournament. So that's a feel-good story, but it's not just because, it's not like warm and fuzzies. It's feel good because he's busted his ass for the last 4 years and never been a full-time starter, never been the guy even up until January or February of this year. And now he's going to Kansas City with a chance to compete at the NCAA tournament. So that's a good story because somebody never checked out and never gave up on themselves. Gunnar Filipowicz, freshman, get back match for him at against the kid from Bucknell. That was great to see. So he's making progress, and Stoddard, a heavyweight, doing a good job. So right now, 3 freshmen going to the national tournament, 1 sophomore, 2 seniors. Nate Lucas is going to be really close for the at-large bid. It's a unique year where the number 2 and the number 4 ranked guys in the country laid eggs at their conference tournament and need at-large bids. The kid from Virginia Tech, Andonian, who had been hurt, he was ranked in the top 5 in the country before he got hurt. He's going to need one. And so you're looking at, there's 3 guys that have been ranked in the top 5 of the country this year. And there's 4 spots total. So I think it's going to come down to either between Nate or the kid from Little Rock would be my guess.
Bianchi.
Yeah, one of them is going to get the final spot, and one of them is going to be the alternate. I don't see how, the other kid from Clarion could still be in the mix after going 1 and 2 in the MAC tournament. So I think it's.
There is a part of the formula that's one spot out, right?
That's part of the that's one of the criteria to get into the at-large pool. And then once you're in the at-large pool, conference placement matters. Little Rock was 1 spot out. We're 1 spot out. Too close to call. It's but whatever happens is like Nate's going to be fine because he has no regrets on the level of effort and work that he put in. I said earlier today, it's selfishly, I want him to get in because I just want to be in his corner a few more times. I love coaching him. He's one of those guys that, you always appreciate the guys that give you everything they got. And he's one of those. So, selfishly, I hope I get to be in his corner a few more times. And, but he's going to be fine no matter what, because, I know who he is. I know what he's made of, and his life's going to be all right. I'd sure like to see him wrestle a couple more times.
Yeah, I think we're all hopeful. I'll say that I love to watch him wrestle.
Yeah.
Just the type of guy that makes you smile, gets you excited when you watch him just because he wrestles so damn hard. And that's all you really could ever ask for.
That's right. So, yeah.
Well, I think it's also, and I'm sure it's not factored in, but a lot of the guys who get these at-large bid go to NCAAs and get smashed, by the top guys. Like Nate's out there, getting takedowns against, top guys and being in these close matches, and not close, 3-2 matches where it's boring, close matches where he's getting scores, where they're exciting, I feel like that should count for something because that's what the NCAA tournament's about. And I feel like a lot of times the guys that get those, those bids are not, they're not in contention to be, All-Americans at any point.
Yeah, I mean, if Nate goes to the national tournament, he can win matches, and if you can start to win one match, you can win two, and then three, and then four. So he wouldn't be going there just to say I did it. He's going there with with a mission and with goals in mind. So yeah, we'll find out tomorrow. At large comes out tomorrow. I think the brackets come out Wednesday or Thursday. So
Wednesday.
Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's what I know about that. The brackets are going to come out and then some are going to change, so we get kind of, it's great for the fans. We want to see, because you're going to get 90% of the picture of who's seated where, whatever. And fans want to know that. For us, we're going to prepare the same way no matter what. So our preparation, it's Monday night now. The tournament finished up Saturday. Like, we didn't do anything on Sunday. Very light workout today. We'll be back in the room tomorrow, like actually getting to work tomorrow. So, all right, and then we're here for a week, and then we head to Kansas City. So it's a very short turnaround. Like, we leave a week from tomorrow to go to Kansas City. Quick turnaround, and it's just focused on, keep the guys. I mean, coming off the 2-day tournament, they're a little bit banged up, so get them healthy again and keep their lungs and their conditioning in check, and keep their skills sharp, and turn them loose, let them go compete.
Yeah,
you brought up a good point of stringing matches together. I feel like that's kind of the theme of March right now, and it's something you kind of forget about during the year, of guys being able to just string matches together. I mean, Gunnar on the backside, just stringing them all together. Felt like it was just, he was kind of rolling on the backside there. Maybe not a place he wanted to be in to begin with, but man, he really, really finished strong there. So,
well, I'll tell you what, yeah, and he had a hard time, mentally, just being able to get back to a good spot after that first match. Gunnar's a guy that puts a lot into it, and it means a lot to him. And when something unexpected like that happens, it's easy for your world to kind of fall apart. His world was falling apart for a little bit. Like, that's not an exaggeration. If you would have seen him back there in the hallway, it was like total meltdown. And that happens when you really care. That's, to me as a coach, I don't panic when I see that. I'm just like, okay, you got to recognize that's an athlete that really cares about the result, and that's a good thing. You want that. And now, okay, let's help them get things back in order so they can get the result they want the next time. Because if you don't get it in order, it just gets worse. And so really proud of him for, just being able to get his emotions and back in order and channel that into having some good performances, which he did. He got better, as the tournament went on. His last match was like, all right, kind of gimmicky, that gets tough to wrestle. Back up, shoot, back up, shoot. And we kind of got stung there. We just got to make some adjustments. We'll wrestle that guy again. We can wrestle him next week, or definitely maybe next year. So just make a couple adjustments. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get into anything crazy, but I do want to talk about Ben's match in the finals. Just get your thoughts on it. I mean, I know my thoughts, but I personally, I don't know how you call the moment. Just seems like the complete wrong call off of the situation. I don't know. I don't know how you don't let them wrestle that out if that's the. It feels really wrong.
Yeah. I mean, yes, especially like we come off literally the match before with Gunnar versus Binghamton, where that guy backed up more and shot less than Ben did.
Yeah.
Ben was more active than him. And I mean, look, it doesn't look good when you're on your knees, grounded, going out of bounds. We got to make an adjustment there. Like, you can't. All right, let's make an adjustment. But you got two guys that are ranked in like the top 12 of the country. It's the EIWA finals. Ref, put your freaking hands in your pocket. Like, nobody's here to watch you. So stop getting involved in every freaking situation that you can. I mean, that ref was in from our very first match of the tournament, where Ethan won something like, I don't know what he won, like 6-7-0 or something like that.
Yeah.
He's the only one that got called for stalling in that match. I'm like, dude, like, stop getting involved in all these matches. Like, let's force the wrestlers to score points. I didn't like it. But here's the thing, at the end of the day, like it happened and it can happen again. So what you can like it or not, but you better learn from it. Like if you can just say that's BS, and move on, well, you didn't get any better from it. So it may have been BS. I don't like it. Their fans probably do. But it happened and it's reality. So you better learn from it and you better make the adjustments because you don't want to be going home after the NCAA tournament pointing your fingers at the ref, And so we don't have the luxury of blaming refs. Refs are a factor, but they're not a reason. They play a part, but they're never the reason for an outcome.
Yeah, I think, my thought originally was like, maybe this is different if Ben's not taking every shot. But in the event here, like I feel like that probably I thought he could have hit that kid at any moment and he didn't. And then you hit us on the edge. It feels like, morally that probably cancels out. But at the same time, you bring up a good point of one, you can't blame the ref, and how many times are we in a spot where we can finish and don't get to finish? So it's granted that kid's pretty good from that position. If you watched his other matches, especially being kind of draped over top there.
You
don't want to put yourself in a bad spot, but
Ben was probably a little bit gun shy there, but a couple adjustments. Ben wrestled him better this time than he did back in January. So we made some improvements. We closed the gap and just a couple more adjustments. And, both of those guys, both Ben and the other kid, they both have what it takes to make the podium next week. Make the adjustments, take ownership of it. Don't blame anybody else. And let's go control our own destiny because he could leave there with an NCAA trophy and let's go. That's what we want.
Yeah, I mean, 3 freshmen going to the tournament. I don't know. I guess I don't know the last time, if ever, we've had 3 freshman qualifiers.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I would think that's been, a while. I should know that. I should know my history a little bit better, but I don't. I told the team at the banquet last spring and probably told some of our supporters, last year coming off the NCAA tournament, we had 3 qualifiers and the last time prior to that we had 3 qualifiers returning is when we went on our run of 7 qualifiers 3 years in a row. Close to doing that this year, but it's just like, it's just the point is even off like last season, it didn't finish particularly strong. Like you just got to keep doing the work and believing that you're going to get the results. And just, we just never lost faith. We never got down on each other and we knew we could make it happen. So, just proud of our guys for getting better all season long and having a good EIWA tournament.
Yeah, I mean, total team effort. A lot of bonus points getting scored. I mean, I liked that personally. I felt like there were some situations where we kind of put matches away, which was, what you have to do, especially in these tournaments when you're trying to make a run. You can't play that I'm going to win by 1 game. It just doesn't work that way, but it also equates to success on the team score. So, I mean, pretty awesome result. I think I know a lot of alumni were pumped about seeing us come in 3rd place as a team. I think that, speaks a lot of volume to the depth of the team, but also, it was pretty cool to see a lot of the other guys right on the edge of the mat there that were involved, and it's a total team picture. I mean, that was the theme for sure.
So, a couple years ago, maybe the tournament was at Cornell or it was somewhere. I don't know, but I remember a few other teams had some of their guys not participating there, and we didn't really have any. We came back and Scott called out the team on it. Scott was like, "What's the first word you see here on the wall?" And it's brotherhood. And he was like, "Where were you? What were you doing? Were you on spring break and not coming to watch your team? That's not brotherhood. Like, stop saying brotherhood if you're not going to go watch your brothers compete for a chance to go to the NCAA tournament." And so from that point on, we've really made an emphasis on getting everybody there, and our guys have bought into it. So we love that. We love seeing them there. It's awesome. The
pictures are great.
Yeah, we love it, and if you were there in the gym, you could hear them too. It was awesome. So
yeah,
it was awesome having them there, and yeah, man. So we're freaking pumped. We're really excited for Kansas City and what we can do. Whatever the draws end up being, it doesn't matter. I'm excited about the group we got going. So, yeah, what other questions you guys have? I don't want to just keep rambling on and on about the team. So what questions do you have?
Well, I mean, we're about 30 minutes in this episode, and we haven't even, put out the news. EIWA Coach of the Year, Coach Ward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I told the team, like people congratulate you. I told the team, I told the staff this. I mean, one, it's you don't get recognized as the head coach if you don't have a good team, and you don't have a good team if your guys don't work really hard and they compete with a ton of effort. So it's one of those things. It's like I don't know why coaches get awards really, because none of us do it to get recognized. Me or any of my peers, so I don't know why coaches get awards, because the athletes are the ones out there doing it. So I mean, I just think it's a cool recognition of, one, the work that the guys on the team are doing, and two, the busting their butts that the coaching staff is doing. And I'm just one member of the coaching staff. So it means that we have the staff of the year and the team of the year. That's what it means. And just, it comes with the role. I'm the one that goes up there and shakes hands and, takes the plaque, but it's a team award.
Yeah, it's good you take the success, but you take the blame too.
Well,
You
yeah,
take
there's
the
that
good and you
part
take
of
the
it. Yeah,
bad. There's
I
just
mean, that's the way it should be,
we like
right?
the good more.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
you share the success and you hoard the failures. But I mean, that's, people talk about leadership being lonely. That's one example. Like, when you have success, you share it with everybody, and when things don't go your way, you better hoard it and hold it tight and take it all. I mean, that's on you as the leader of any group to, if things aren't going well, that's your job to get them going right.
Yeah, I don't know, Brian, if you want to read off some of the questions, we can kind of roll into that.
Well, some of them were,
Well, yeah, not that one.
I definitely don't get the pre-reads. I
No.
don't even know. I'm gonna agree with Logan on that one. Not that one.
Probably good.
Right?
Probably a good
after the show, I'll tell you what that one was. I mean, there were several people that just reached out to congratulate you. And not you as a representative of the team, just being proud. I think, the alumni group, on Facebook over the weekend was probably the most, populated it's been as far as comments, and just a lot of support and a lot of proud alumni in there.
Good. That's what it's there for.
Yeah, I mean, we had one question. I'm actually curious about this too, but very specific. Gunnar was really upset at the end of his match for third place. Like, what happened there? He was like looking at the corner. Do you remember? We were so confused, and we had one question about that, and I was confused too. Couldn't really tell what happened though. I don't know if it's something.
Gunnar was frustrated with that match. He was frustrated that he didn't feel like he could get much going on his side, and like I said, he's a guy that cares, and sometimes that looks like he was, I don't know, whatever it looked like on camera, but from the corner, it was his frustration with, like, God, what else do I have to do? Like, he was just frustrated with the way the match was going, and that he wasn't able to make it go his way. So that was it, and Gunner's a talker too. Like, he'll talk to officials. So that's not the first time he's talked to officials after matches, when you're like, all right, I got this, dude, get out of here, but that was it. Yeah, probably it looked like much more than it really was in reality.
Yeah, it seemed odd at the time, but yeah. I mean, a lot of questions we already covered, just as far as, like, guys you were proud of, things that stood out over the weekend. Yeah. Nando Martinez keeps bringing up my inside trip. He's just, like, obsessed with my inside trip.
Well, maybe you can, hey, listen, when you're coming here for May the 4th, our alumni weekend, listen, we just finalized the itinerary and the RSVP that's going out.
Great plug.
One option,
transition.
One of the options that we have, listen, on May the 4th weekend, is we're going to have old grad grappling session, open room for old grads. It's a BYOIB, bring your own ice bag. And you're gonna bring your own Advil. But we're gonna have open room session at like 1 o'clock on Saturday. So
You got to call it mass athletics.
yeah, yeah, old grad grappling mass athletics.
Just call it a lot of mass athletics.
I love it, but it's gonna be a chance for you to get in there and maybe you can inside trip somebody. So
Nando,
yeah, that'll be fun. Hey, look,
calling you out, Nando. Be there.
I know that not everybody out here listening, like everybody that's listening could RSVP and it's not going to fill the golf outing up. But listen, we have a couple tee times. This isn't a golf outing really. It's just golf with me and Colonel Gist and probably Colonel Cook. Saturday morning, we have some tee times reserved on May the 4th. If you're coming to the gala and you want to get out there and let's go play some golf, it's like we have 10 slots left and it's first come, first serve. So RSVP to Jeff Brees.
Actually 9. There's actually 9 now.
Are you in?
Oh, I'm in.
Listen, when I say first come, first serve, I mean, you still have to pay for golf. So I might confront you, B-Row. And okay, we have 9 spots left. So, but that's golf in the morning, some grappling in the afternoon, if you're up for it after golf. That could be interesting. And a gala at night. It's going to be an awesome weekend. So yeah, I wanted to plug that while we're talking about your inside trip.
I guess we should also plug the social in Kansas City.
Totally.
Here, the links available. If you're listening to this, go to our Instagram or Facebook. You'll see a link tree in there. It's in there. It's on I'm sure it'll be on the West Point Wrestling Club link tree as well. Or just DM us and we'll give you the information, or it's in your email. All the above.
Right. Yeah, we would love to see you guys there. We want to see a large contingent. I know not everybody can go to the tournament, but just being there and showing our guys support would mean a lot. So, yeah, being there. And while we're talking about support, let me say this. I think I looked back and I know 3 times this century, so 3 times since 2000, we placed 3rd at the EIWA tournament. I think 2008. Or was it 2008? 2008, 2020, and 2024, we placed 3rd. It's the highest we've ever placed outside of the 1 year that we won the EIWA championships back in the late 80s. Pretty incredible accomplishment, for the program and the team, especially when you look at, I looked up the combined spend, or the average spend of the RTCs at Cornell, Penn, Lehigh. It's well over $500,000 a year. And for us, to be able to knock off programs that are spending that much money on their RTCs just speaks a lot to our guys and maximizing the opportunities we do have, which are a ton. It also means we need to close that gap. And so if you're not signed up for monthly recurring donations to the West Point Wrestling Club, we need you to do it. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you to support our program in that way. It's easy. It can be as low as like $20 a month, $15-20 a month. Like you'll never know what's gone, but it adds up and it's really big for us. So we're somewhere. We need to about triple our monthly recurring donations right now, and every little bit helps. So if you're listening, go to westpointwrestlingclub.org. You can donate and sign up for monthly giving. Like I said, $20 a month. It all adds up and it really helps. So if you're listening, I hope you'll do that for us too.
Yeah, no, I was inspired. I think that, man, it's fun to see us perform well. It makes me want to continue to be able to feel that way every year.
Yeah.
And I think giving back is probably the way.
Well, let me say this then.
With that.
Let me say this to Logan Everett and to anybody else that wants to see our program doing well. This is the time to get involved, because if you're waiting for things to get better, you're waiting. Like, it will not get better without your help. And I don't mean that we can't continue to get better and we can't continue to climb, because we're going to bust our ass and make sure we do. But you can't expect us to continually compete against programs that outspend us by 3 or 4 times every year without stepping our game up. And so this is the time, because you can be involved with a winning program on the way up and you can say, I helped to build that. Now, you could go give to Penn State, which they spend about $4 million a year through their RTC. These are all public records. Go look it up. They spend about $4 million a year. And you can say, oh, I'm giving to them. They're winning everything. That's true. But they were winning before you got involved too. Like us, you can say, I helped to build that and we're on our way up. And you're going to be part of a winning program because we are not going backwards. The only way here from here is up, but we need some help to make that climb go a little bit faster.
Man, I'm fired up. Like Tyler McLeese would say, he's ready to jump off a roof right now. It's an inside joke.
I'd love to be a part of one of those one day.
Yeah, maybe one day.
That's the Office joke.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Yeah. Well, there's like 30 or 40 people listening that maybe didn't get that. So here's what I can say. We are pumped. Listen, we are looking forward to Kansas City. We've got 6, hopefully 7 guys going that are all dangerous. And man, I feel like this is one of the best coaching jobs that I've been a part of. And that's not just me, that's the whole coaching staff and the way that we've brought our team along this year and developed them. And it just wouldn't feel right if we didn't go out and compete our very best, at the end of the season. So that's what we're looking forward to doing. So if you can make it out there to the social, we'd love to see you face to face. If not, I know you'll be cheering us on, watching on ESPN. And man, I'll be looking forward to getting back together and talking more Army wrestling after the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, well, it's a good place to end, Coach. Thanks for coming on the show. It was great to have you. Logan, any last words?
Yeah, it was. I think we'd like to try to probably fit in a preview once some of the brackets come out. I know you guys are going to be tight on time. It's a short week for you guys, but we'll see what we can fit in. If you're not available, maybe Brian and I will do something, but be on the lookout for some sort of NCAA preview at least from our channel. So
if I can make that work, I'm in. If not, I know you guys got it too.
Sounds good.
Worst comes to
All right,
worst.
thanks, Coach.
Worst comes to worst, we could always just do an insiders episode, just a breakdown of some matches, but we'll see. More to come.
We're gonna figure that out.
I guess you have to be an insider to know.
Hey, good point. But listen, everybody, appreciate your support. What a fun weekend, a fun tournament, and great recognition for our guys and for the team as a whole. And we look forward to doing it again. So thanks for all your support. Go Army.
Thanks for tuning in to the BHAW Radio Show. If you like what you heard, be sure to subscribe and leave us a 5-star rating on your favorite podcast platform. If there's something you'd like to hear on a future show, reach out to us on any of our social media, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Or you can reach us at email, bhaw.radio@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and as always, go Army, be Navy.